Well, it's another morning. Still haven't ran out and got the supplies yet. It's about 9:30 a.m. I'm fixing to leave and go get this stuff to, finish building this structure here. Uh, it's a pretty nice, decent day. It's a little overcast, but we don't have no rain, so let's get it started. We may make a little field trip, decide to stop off on our way, but this is where we left off, and we're gonna go from here and try to do something a little better. So let's follow along throughout the day here, and we'll see where we end up. I'm just going to pop here and say, I went in here, I've just been using this little 1-inch square stock right here, buying 48-inch sticks of it. I can get it, Tractor Supply for $17.99. I come in here, and it's $37.99 for the same thing. So we're going to make a road trip over to the local Tractor Supply. Gonna pop back in here. When you're trying to build something on a budget, you always gotta kind of be cost conscious, and I'm not gonna pay inflated price, and there's a lot of price gouging going along nowadays. So make sure you do your research and support the companies that still trying to keep their prices a little low. Now I know I could buy this stuff in bulk and it'd be a lot cheaper, but when you're on kind of a time crunch, you kind of gotta source stuff locally. So that's where we're at. And sometimes you don't have a lot of these old school shops like this. You need to support those that support you. And if you get a little cool little hot rod shop kind of like this, in your own hometown, go down and pay them a visit, talk to them a little bit. I'm sure they'd greatly appreciate it. Today's been one of those days. I went home and tried to get started back on the car there, and we end up having to get a new angle grinder here because the other one, it just all of a sudden died. So, you know, the other one lasted 2 years, so we'll see how long this one will last. Alright, I kind of got started back here. I had to go get a new grinder. But basically, I want to show you how to make a mitered cut right here. 90-degree square tube. Basically, you just want to kind of measure out about an inch here, because this is an inch square tube. Just cut you out a little inch block. Leave a little gap there, you know. Leave a part connected. And then you can just bend it. You know, this end will bend up and it'll sit square in here. And you may end up having a little pucker or whatever, but usually it lays over something like this. And you just go around there and weld your little gap up. You know, and basically after you do that, you end up with something like this that you can weld the gap up in. I kind of overshot this one a little bit, and I'm going to have to weld a little wedge in there, but basically what we're done, I got all this stuff cut back out. I'm going to put a bar in here, you know, something like this. That way I've got something to tie into for the strut top. As you can see, I done cut the outside edge off here. But I get set up a little better here. I want to shoot some more video and see if we can't get this in here today. At least one side. You know, progress has been kind of slow. Kind of roll with punches, so I'll be back in a few. So I just kind of welded my top back to, you know, that bar. Kind of like it was yesterday, except it's tied in. And I'm working on building a little support bar here I can weld around the top of the strut mount here. I'm going to tie it in exactly like you see it there, at like a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to pull a leg off this and run down. Because up here at the front, even though I stopped it short, I'm going to run a piece down, tied into the front mount. I'm going to run a 45 down and meet at that joint also. Same with back here. I'm going to come down from here and go to the bottom subframe mount down there. It's been kind of a stressful day. This video is probably not going to be very good, but y'all kind of get the gist of the idea of what's going on here. You just got to tie everything in and make sure it's sturdy, so when you do support the weight on it, you know, the stuff don't fold up and turn into a pretzel. Alright, and I got my little top piece made right here. As you can see, there's some gaps and stuff around it. I'm going to take a piece of plate and lay in here and weld this in all the way around, you know, up to this point. Still got to weld all this stuff in. It's just kind of spotted and in place for now, so I can make sure it's level. But you can kind of see what I got going on. You know, you just want to make sure this is strong. Well, I was going to make this video a little longer, but we're out of welding gas here. Seems this little 4-foot bottle don't even really last, you know, for 11-pound spool of wire. So I've kind of got everything, you know, everything that's important is welded in. As of right now, I've still got to add a bar in the front down, tie it into the rocker panel. I've still got to add our braces back here at the back to tie it into the subframe mount down here. You know, we can worry about making it pretty later as far as adding some sheet metal to fill in some gaps, like, you know, the one up there in the front. I gotta get some flat bar, you know, to lay in here, weld it to the window seam all the way down. But, you know, that's basically what I'm going for. And while I still end up about the same distance as I was yesterday, even though I cut that side off, I'm probably going to have to notch it for the alternator. It's going to be super close over on this side, just from initial measurements here. So we'll address that when we get there. But, you know, a little progress is some progress, and some days aren't winners, and that's kind of what you kind of deal with. You You know, it's either not having enough materials, or, you know, tools failing, or, you know, you run out of welding gas or welding wire or grinding wheels or all that stuff. So sorry this video's a little shakier. I don't have my mount today, so, you know, if you just hit that subscribe button on there, it really helps. You know, see y'all tomorrow.